In the cold black space near Sector 9, Earth's largest space station, Orion Base, floated like a shining shield. It was a proud station, full of soldiers, scientists, and powerful defense systems. People believed it could never fall. But they were wrong. At 300 hours, the alarm screamed across the base. Red lights flashed. Soldiers jumped from their bunks. Technicians ran to their stations. The command room lit up with warning signs. Radar screens showed dozens of red dots, fast and coming closer. "Unidentified ships approaching at high speed," shouted Lieutenant Cross. "They're not responding to hails." General Riker, an old man with calm eyes, stood at the center. He stared at the screen, then gave a single command. "Prepare for battle." Within minutes, the base's weapons were ready. Cannons turned, shield walls rose, fighters launched, from the hangars like angry wasps. The soldiers of Earth believed they would fight and win, like always. But they had never seen anything like this. The alien fleet came out of warp like a wave of fire. Giant black ships, sharp like knives, covered the stars. They opened fire without a word. Laser blasts cut through the shields like paper. Explosions rocked the station. Half of the fighters were destroyed in seconds. Screams filled the radio. One pilot shouted, "They're inside my head!" before his ship blew apart. Orion Base shook. Fires broke out. Airlocks blew open. Hundreds died in the first 5 minutes. Defense systems shut down, one by one. The command room lost contact with several wings. "We're being hacked," a technician cried. "They're taking our systems." Riker slammed his fist on the console. "Evacuate the civilians. Seal the reactor." But it was too late. The aliens had studied Earth's designs. They knew where to hit. One blast struck the energy core. Half of the station turned into fire and debris. Some tried to escape. Shuttles launched. Only a few got away before the alien ships targeted them. In the lower levels, deep inside the fuel tunnels, a young man named Aaron Cade lay trapped. He was a maintenance worker. No soldier, no hero. Just a guy who fixed pipes and cleaned filters. When the attack began, Aaron was fixing a coolant valve. Then, the ceiling fell, and fire swallowed the hallway. He crawled into a fuel duct, bleeding and coughing. He didn't know what was happening. He had no radio, no screen, just darkness, heat, and fear. Hours passed. When he finally climbed out, he found silence, smoke, bodies, dead lights. Orion Base was gone. Aaron walked through broken halls. He saw friends, co-workers, all dead. The place smelled of burning metal and ash. Gravity was weak. Air was thin. The emergency lights blinked like dying eyes. He reached the central level and stared at the shattered Earth flag on the wall. "I should have died too," he whispered. Then, something beeped. A soft sound, like a whisper. It came from behind, a damaged wall near a sealed metal door. Aaron pulled the loose wires, pushed the broken panel aside. There it was, a door, old and strong, marked with red letters, Project Eclipse, access denied, level Omega. He had never seen this part before. Even in the base maps, this room didn't exist. Curious, and with nothing left to lose, he tried the keypad. It didn't work. But he was good with circuits. In 15 minutes, he bypassed the lock. The door hissed open. Inside, the room was cold and dark. In the center floated a black armored suit, sealed in a glass pod. Lights glowed on its surface. It didn't look human-made. The design was sharp, alien, yet familiar. Beside it, an old monitor turned on by itself. A video played. A man in a lab coat appeared. His eyes were tired. "If you are seeing this, it means Orion Base has fallen. This suit, Project Eclipse, is Earth's last hope. It uses alien tech we don't fully understand. We hid it, because we feared it." Aaron stared at the screen. "I'm not a hero," he said aloud. "I'm just a cleaner." But then he looked around. The station was gone. No one was coming to help. He touched the glass. The suit responded. It glowed. The pod opened with a hiss. Aaron didn't know why, but he stepped forward. "I don't know what you are," he whispered. "But if I'm the only one left, then I have to try." Behind him, the ruined base was silent. Outside, the alien fleet prepared for the next target, Earth. But something had changed. Someone was still alive. The glass pod opened with a slow hiss. Cold steam rose from the black armored suit. Aaron Cade stood there, eyes wide, heart beating fast. The room felt colder now. The suit didn't move, but it watched him. He could feel it somehow. Aaron stepped closer. Lights blinked on the suit's chest. He reached out, and the moment his fingers touched the metal, it came alive. The armor opened on its own, like it had been waiting for him. A robotic voice echoed in the room. Human DNA recognized. Project Eclipse activation sequence beginning. Aaron tried to back away, but the armor pulled him in. Sharp pieces folded around his body. Metal wrapped around his arms and legs. Wires slid into his back. Pain shot through his spine. He screamed. Then, silence. The suit sealed shut. Aaron collapsed. For a moment, he didn't move. His body felt heavy. Then suddenly, everything changed. He could see the entire base in his mind. Every heat signature, every energy wave. He could hear radio signals, whispers in alien language. The suit was connected to something. Something deep. What is this? He asked. The robotic voice answered again. This unit contains experimental hybrid technology, designed to interface with human nervous systems. Enhanced strength, speed, awareness, and limited stealth capabilities active. Aaron looked at his reflection in the broken glass. He didn't look like himself anymore. The armor was smooth and black with silver lines across the arms. The helmet looked sharp, almost insect-like. His voice inside the suit sounded deeper. He tried to move, too fast, and crashed into a wall. Then he tried slower. Within minutes, he started to understand how it worked. It didn't just move with him. It moved before him, like it knew what he wanted. He ran a scan across the station. The suit showed him red dots. Alien patrols still inside Orion base. Some of them were searching. Others were setting up strange machines. They're still here, he said. He followed the signal. Quiet. Careful. He moved like a shadow now. Even his footsteps made no sound. Down one hall, he found 3 aliens. Tall, thin, with armor like bones. They were speaking in clicks and hisses. But Aaron understood them. Search the lower decks, one said. We detected human life near the Omega sector. Aaron froze. They know I'm here. He should have run. But something in the suit changed. A new part of his brain opened, and he smiled. No more hiding, he said. He stepped forward. The aliens turned. Their eyes flashed blue. One raised a weapon. But before they could fire, Aaron moved. Too fast to follow. He grabbed the gun, crushed it in his hand, and threw the alien into the wall. The second one jumped at him. Aaron raised his arm and fired. A blast of energy. The alien screamed and dropped. The third tried to run. Aaron sprinted after it. In seconds, it was over. 3 aliens, gone. Aaron stood in silence, chest rising, heart still pounding. The suit made him strong, stronger than any soldier he had ever seen. But the fear was still there. He looked at the wall where the alien hit. It had left blood. I just killed them, he whispered. The suit spoke. Confirmed. Enemy units neutralized. He started breathing harder. Then the alarm in the suit flashed. Warning. Enemy fleet activating satellite scan. Mothership nearby. Commander Jarquin has deployed ground units. Estimated time to total planetary scan. 6 hours. Aaron's eyes widened. Earth was next. He saw a small display inside the helmet. It showed a giant black ship above Orion base, massive like a mountain floating in the stars. In the center of the alien bridge stood a tall figure in red armor with 4 glowing eyes, Jarquin. He was the leader of the fleet, and he had no idea that a single human had survived. Aaron stared up through a broken window. They think they won, he said. They don't know I'm still here. He clenched his fists. The suit powered up. Lights ran across his arms like electricity. They're going to find out. Far above, the alien mothership hummed. Hundreds of ships moved in patterns. Drones flew across space. Earth Command had gone silent. There was no backup, no army left. But one man had just become something else. He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't a hero. He was a problem they hadn't planned for. and he was about to fight back. Aaron Cade moved through the ruins of Orion base like a ghost. The Eclipse suit made him silent, fast, and nearly invisible. Outside, the alien fleet circled above like hungry vultures. Inside, small enemy teams searched the broken halls, placing strange devices and collecting Earth tech. They still didn't know Aaron was alive, and that was their biggest mistake. He stopped in a dark hallway near the command center ruins. Smoke curled around broken lights. Bodies lay across the floor, some burned, some frozen. Aaron looked away. He couldn't save them, but he could make them matter. "Suit," he whispered. "How many aliens are still inside?" The robotic voice answered. 92 enemy units remain. 2 command drones. All connected to mothership core. Local jamming signal active. Long-range communications offline. Aaron clenched his fists. No way to call Earth, no backup. He was completely alone, but he had something the aliens didn't: rage. He scanned the area. A power core was still active on sub-level 3. If he could overload it and redirect the charge, he could blast half the base and every alien on it into pieces. Dangerous? Yes. But he didn't care. He made his way down the damaged corridors, dodging patrols, taking out small scout bots with silent strikes. Each time he moved, he felt faster. The suit was learning, adjusting, growing with him. Halfway to the power core, he heard something strange. A voice. Faint. Human. He stopped. Listened again. Help. Someone. Please. Aaron's heart jumped. He followed the sound to a broken cargo room. Inside, behind a collapsed wall, was a girl, maybe 19, injured, trapped under metal beams. Her name tag read, Lyra Quinn, Data Analyst. Her face was pale. She looked up at him, barely breathing. Are you real?" she whispered. Aaron knelt beside her. "You're safe now," he said. With the suit's strength, he lifted the metal and pulled her out. Her leg was broken. She winced in pain. "I thought I was the only one," she said. "You're not," he replied. "But we don't have much time." He carried her to a sealed maintenance room and hid her there. He gave her water, activated the small oxygen pump, and left her a beacon, shielded from alien scans. "I'll come back," he promised. She grabbed his hand weakly. Who are you?" He looked at her with cold eyes. "Just a janitor." Then he walked into the fire again. In the lower levels, near the reactor chamber, alien guards stood watch. They had weapons, scanners, and floating drones. But none of it mattered. Aaron came through the shadows like a blade. He struck fast, no mercy. One by one they fell. His punches shattered bones, his blasts melted armor. The drones tried to alert the fleet, but Aaron disabled their signals before they could beep. Then he reached the core. The reactor pulsed with unstable energy. It was leaking. One wrong move, and the whole station would explode. Aaron pulled the panel open and stared at the controls. "Suit," he said. "Can we overload this and trigger a chain reaction across the enemy devices?" "Affirmative," the voice replied. "Result: 87% chance of full base detonation, 96% enemy destruction, 100% operator death unless exit achieved within 90 seconds. Aaron didn't flinch. "Do it." The suit connected to the reactor. Lights turned red. The countdown began. On seconds, Aaron ran. He blasted through bulkheads, leaped over fire, dodged falling beams. Alarms screamed. Energy surged behind him. The base shook with each step. On seconds, aliens saw him. Too late. He didn't stop. He charged through them like a storm. Seconds. He reached Lyra. She was awake now, scared. "What's happening?" she asked. "No time. Hold on." He grabbed her and jumped into a broken launch shaft. The escape pod inside was damaged, but the suit repaired it in seconds. They launched. The pod flew through smoke and fire as Orion base exploded behind them. One final blast of light and power. In space, the alien fleet went silent. Dozens of their ships were linked to the base systems. When it blew, their systems collapsed too. The mothership turned, confused, blinded. Inside the pod, Aaron looked back. His home was gone. But so were most of the invaders, and he was still alive. Lyra stared at him. You just destroyed an entire alien force. Alone. He shook his head. This was just one wave, he said. The real war hasn't even started. Far away, deep, in space, Jarquin's eyes glowed. He saw the explosion. He felt it. And now he knew. One human had survived, and that human had struck back. The escape pod drifted silently across the edge of Earth's orbit. Inside, Aaron Cade watched the stars shift, his mind heavy. Beside him, Lyra was asleep, her leg wrapped in bandages, her breathing slow but steady. The explosion of Orion base had destroyed most of the alien force, but it didn't stop the war. It only changed the rules. Now, the aliens were hunting one man, and Aaron was no longer just a soldier. He was the symbol of Earth's resistance. But, as he stared into the darkness of space, his suit gave a warning. Alert! Enemy vessel detected, closing fast. No cover, no weapons, no escape. Aaron's jaw tightened. It was too soon. He moved fast, woke Lyra, strapped her in. We've got company, he said. She blinked, groggy. Another ship. Worse, a hunter. A shadow fell over the pod. A sleek alien craft, shaped like a black arrow, blocked the stars. It wasn't part of the main fleet. This was something different. Faster, smarter. A tracker. Inside the alien ship was a creature bred for one thing: to kill survivors. The hunter. Its skin was metallic. Its eyes burned yellow. Its body was long and twisted, with razor limbs that could slice through steel. It had tracked Aaron across space, using the wreckage of Orion base to find his trail. And now it was here to finish the job. The pod shook as a beam latched onto it. Lights flickered. Systems died. We're being pulled in, Lyra shouted. Aaron's mind raced. No weapons, no chance. Unless... He looked at the pod's outer panel. Manual ejection port. He stood quickly, grabbing his helmet. I need you to... Stay here, he said. What? No. You'll live if I don't fail. Lock the hatch. No matter what happens, do not open it until the ship leaves. She stared at him. Aaron, don't go. He gave a small smile. I have to. Before she could stop him, he ejected himself out into space, just as the hunter's ship opened its bay doors. The vacuum grabbed him. He floated for 2 seconds. Then he activated the suit's thrusters and shot forward, right into the belly of the beast. Inside, the ship was cold and dark. No lights, no sound. Aaron landed on a smooth floor, scanning with the suit. The layout was alien. Fluid walls, shifting surfaces. He took a breath and stepped forward. And then it came. The hunter dropped from the ceiling, 10 feet tall. Arms like swords. Eyes that burned like fire. It didn't speak. It didn't roar. It attacked. Aaron barely dodged. The hunter's claws tore through a metal wall behind him. Sparks flew. The suit screamed warnings. Damage. Heat. Blades. Aaron fought back. He struck with full force. The suit enhanced his power. Every punch cracked the air. But the hunter didn't slow down. It was like fighting a machine. A monster made of steel. And rage. They crashed through walls. Shattered rooms. Fires lit behind them. Aaron ducked under a strike, then hit a control panel. The ship tilted. Gravity changed. The floor turned sideways. Both fighters tumbled into a dark chamber, lined with cages. Inside those cages were other humans. Prisoners, survivors, eyes wide with fear. The hunter rose first. It pointed at Aaron. The cages began to open. Suit, Aaron said, breathing hard. How do I stop this thing? Hunter classified as level Zeta predator. Weakness. Exposed neural port under left shoulder. Briefly opens after attack lunge. Aaron looked at the blade arms. I'll make it open. The hunter lunged again. Aaron waited. At the last second, he rolled under it, then turned and fired. A focused plasma burst into its left shoulder. The armor cracked. The port flickered. Aaron didn't stop. He leaped forward, grabbed the open panel, and shoved his suit's core wire inside. Electricity exploded through both of them. The hunter shrieked. For the first time, its eyes flickered, its body spasmed. Then it fell. Dead. Silence filled the ship. The prisoners stared at Aaron like he was a myth. He turned to them. "You're free now. Get to the pods. You'll make it to Earth." One man stepped forward. "Who are you?" Aaron's voice was calm. "I'm the one thing they didn't expect." Then he walked to the control panel and sent a signal to Earth. Just 5 words. Hunter ship secured. Survivors found. Back on the alien mothership, Jarquen slammed his fist against the screen. The hunter was dead, and the human was still alive. Now it wasn't just survival. It was war. The alien ship floated above Earth's atmosphere like a silent shadow. Inside, Aaron Cade stood at the main console. Around him, freed prisoners sat in rescue pods, ready to launch. The hunter's dead body had been ejected into deep space. The lights inside the ship now pulsed with a new energy. This was no longer their ship. It was his. He had taken it, controlled it. And now he would send a message, one that all of Earth would hear. Aaron turned to the others. "When you get home, tell them we're not done. Tell them to prepare." One of the freed survivors asked, "What about you?" Aaron looked toward the stars. "I'm not going back, not yet." He activated the comm system. The alien tech made strange sounds, but the suit translated everything. The controls were sharp and complex, but his mind was clear. He had a mission now. He opened a broadcast link straight to Earth Command. General Voss appeared on the screen, stunned. "Cade?" the general asked, shocked. "We thought you were dead." Aaron's face was calm. "I'm alive. I've taken one of their warships. I have survivors with me. I'm sending them down in escape pods." "What happened? What is this?" the general asked. Aaron didn't blink. "The alien fleet isn't gone. They've retreated. They're regrouping, and they're planning something bigger." Voss narrowed his eyes. "And you?" Aaron leaned closer to the screen. "I'm going to send them a message too." He ended the call. Then he looked at the alien control panel. He had already cracked most of it. Learned how to steer, how to fire, how to broadcast in alien frequencies. He knew the signal language now, enough to be dangerous. He opened a direct channel to the alien mothership. The screen flickered. Jarquen appeared. His eyes were pure white, his armor thick with strange writing. Behind him, the rest of the alien leaders watched the screen. Aaron spoke slowly. "This is for every soldier you killed, for every outpost you burned, for base Orion." Jarquen replied in a low, rumbling voice. "You are only one. You cannot stop us." Aaron smiled. "That's the mistake you all made." He pressed the button. A new wave of signals shot into space. But this wasn't an attack. It was knowledge. He had used the ship's systems to send all alien battle plans, maps, and weaknesses straight to Earth. Every code. Every vulnerability. Now, Earth knew how to fight them. The mothership screen blinked with alarms. Jarquen roared in rage. "You have doomed yourself, human!" Aaron leaned back in the alien pilot seat. "No, I've given my people a chance." And then he turned the ship around. A full warship, now under his control, heading straight into the heart of the alien fleet. The escape pods launched behind him, streaking toward Earth. They carried the prisoners, the message, and the hope. The people on Earth would see them land, and they would know one thing for certain. The war wasn't over, but now they had a weapon the enemy never expected. A single man, a human, Aaron Cade, the destroyer of hunters, the thief of alien secrets, and the start of Earth's uprising. As he charged the engines, lights flashing red, hundreds of alien ships swarmed to intercept. He didn't slow down. He pushed the throttle forward and whispered into the radio one last time. "Let's finish this." The stars around him lit up with explosions. The battle had begun. But for the first time in this war, the enemy was afraid because now they knew what one human could do.